Hey everyone, Atlas here, and I come to you today with a guide. It's no secret that in the vocal synth community we love music. We like jamming out to it at home, on our phones, at conventions, or even at Miku expos or playing various rhythm games. Now I've been in the Vocaloid related fandom for over a decade now, and one kind of video I don't think I've ever seen or have seen enough content of is how to find new songs to listen to. So today's video will be about how to find new content to listen to. It is 2022, so the avenues that have existed for years prior have only expanded, and there are so many options for the synth music enjoyer to utilize. First off, if your only exposure to Vocaloid music is Project Diva games, you're doing this thing wrong. Even if Krypton Lloyds or Miku specifically are your favorite, there is a whole world outside of the game's playlist that you have yet to see. I say this as much to you now as I do to my past self who was also guilty of this. Okay, so starting off, here are some websites you can find vocal synth content on. Some cover a wide variety of softwares, while some may be content specific. In addition, some may be also language specific. I've only included websites I've personally interacted with, so if there are others you don't see listed, please feel free to comment them down below. This includes websites that might only be available to you personally in a different country. And those websites as follows are YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, Nico Nico, Bilibili, and Amazon Music. So let's start now with the basics. The simplest way to find new Vocaloid related music is to put the name of the software that you want to see content of plus the word original. For example, you can put Vocaloid original, Utau original, Chevio original, that's the only time you'll ever hear me say Chevio, Deep Vocal original, Synthesizer V or Synth V original, etc. etc. Now, this will most likely work for very popular songs or ones that are in English for the majority. But what about non-English songs? For this, you would need to get some very specific words. And for these examples, I am only focusing on Japanese and English, but these methods can be applied to any language. So starting with Japanese, the first thing you'll need is the Japanese spelling in katakana or kanji of the voice you're looking for, plus the Japanese word for original. This can be done on YouTube, Google, Nico Nico, or wherever. Most effectively, this should be done on Nico Nico or YouTube, as they both host Japanese originals a lot more than other sites. For my example, I will be using the Vocaloid Magenetra. If I put Magenetra into Google, I see the fandom article for her. In parentheses, you can see the katakana spelling of Magenetra in two different ways. We're going to copy both of them. Next, we're going to look for the Japanese word for original. Now, since I already use these websites a lot, I already have the Japanese word for original, but I will be leaving both of these examples in the description below. So, when you go to a website like Nico Nico, you will copy and paste the katakana spelling of Magenetra's name, plus the Japanese word for original after that. This also works for the name of the software plus the Japanese word for original as well. Try out many different names and combinations to find music for that specific voice or software. Once you hit search, you should see a variety of results come up on the screen. Some searches even have specific tags that you can copy and paste for later that come up on the results screen. So anyway, that is how you find music for the most part. This can be done on any website, but your success in finding stuff may vary depending on if you use the Romaji or katakana or whatever spelling of a non-English voice's name. The same method can be done with any Japanese spelling of a voice's name, or in English for English songs. Just apply the same method for any language. Moving on, once you've learned how to find music, what if the results are just all popular songs that you might have already heard before? It kind of defeats the purpose. So, in this case, most websites will have a filter option. For this example, I'll be using YouTube. At the top of the results screen, you can click on Filters and on the left you can filter by upload date. You can also do this somewhere on the right, but I don't really use that option. I usually try to do this stuff within that month or that week, but you can also filter by year, and it will show you all uploads with those keywords that have been uploaded within that year, meaning 12 months, that month, meaning 30 days, or that week, meaning 7 days. Okay, so that does it for the manual search part of the video. Now we will discuss other ways in which you can find vocal synth music. One of the ways, ironically, I poked fun at the start, and that is rhythm games. Project Diva is far from the only rhythm game with vocal synths, so I encourage you to explore and play some. You can look up the set list for these games to see if any names jump out at you. For vocal synths specifically, there is of course Project Diva, but there is also Megpoid the Music Sharp, IA/VT Colorful, Project 575, Gion, and Voice, to name a few notable ones. Look up these games and their song lists to potentially find new music you like. Another way to find new music is to follow the music artists themselves. If you see a song you like from a game or from a video, look up the artist who created that song. From there, search up the name of that artist and see if they have social media, whether it is YouTube, Nico, or even Twitter, where some artists announce new work. This is a good way to keep up with artists you'll find that you might like. Another great method of finding new music is to follow Subtitlers. Subtitlers are a great way to expose yourself to entirely new songs you might have otherwise never seen. You can search for a specific song plus subtitles to see if anyone has added any, or it's even listed on the name of the official song's upload as well. Don't just limit yourself to English subtitles as well, because there are subtitlers for other languages that cover songs that you might have never even heard of as well, so make sure to do your own research. Some of you may even remember legends like Lord X Willie, Kananan, Decent Subs, or even Hazuki no Yume. Finding and subscribing to people who upload subtitled work can lead you to discovering artists you may have never heard of before. I will try to include a short list of active subbers to check out below, but make sure to do your own research as well. On a last note about subtitles, I will always recommend people who want to know a decent translation of an untranslated song they like to utilize the website DeepL, which provides a much more accurate translation than websites like Google Translate. And finally, one more way to find new Vocaloid related songs to listen to is to look up cover makers. From people who make covers with vocal synth software themselves to real singers who use their own voice. Either are great ways to be exposed to new music. You can also look up instrumental covers of songs you like to find a cover maker who might expose you to a fun new song. Since there are entirely too many to name, I will let you do your own research on finding these cover makers, but if you like suggestions, leave a comment down below. That about does it for this video. I hope it helps old or new vocal synth fans gain knowledge on how to find new content for themselves to listen to. The purpose of this video was of course to educate, but also encourage the fandom to seek out new music and not expect it to be hand-fed to them. We always hear talk about how X is dying and blah blah blah, while people don't actively look for new music or artists to support. Music is literally being uploaded on a daily basis across multiple platforms. In 2022, the only excuse you have for not finding new music is yourself. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more content.
Thank you for listening.